They say no empire lasts forever, but what if one man believed he could force eternity to obey him? 2,000 years ago, in ancient China, one emperor set out to conquer death itself. His name was Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor, the builder of the Great Wall, the unifier of all China, and the man who tried to live forever. He drank potions of mercury, believing they would grant him eternal life. Instead, they killed him slowly. When he finally died on the road to his capital, his ministers panicked. How could they tell the world that the immortal emperor was dead? They sealed his body inside his carriage, filled it with rotting fish so the smell of decay would be disguised as the scent of the sea breeze. And they continued the journey north, pretending their dead emperor still ruled from behind the curtains of his coach. Beside that carriage rode his eldest son, Prince Fusu, disciplined, loyal, born to rule. But far behind them, in the dark halls of the Qin palace, two men were plotting to destroy him. The first was Li Si, the chancellor. Brilliant, ambitious, loyal to power itself. The second was Zhao Gao, the emperor's shadow, a man whispered to be half genius, half serpent. Together, they forged a message, a letter, written as if from the dead emperor's own hand. It said, Prince Fusu had defied his father, and by imperial command, he was to take his own life. Fusu received the letter, sealed with the royal mark. He obeyed without question. And with that single stroke, the rightful heir of China ended his life. The empire never knew the truth. Zhao Gao and Li Si crowned the younger brother, Hu Hai, as emperor. But Hu Hai was weak, fearful, easily manipulated. Zhao Gao told him, "Your father's spirit watches every step you take." He made the boy bow before an empty throne and call out to a ghost for approval. In secret, Zhao Gao and Li Si ruled everything. They silenced ministers, crushed dissent. Anyone who questioned them vanished. But the people had seen enough. The dream of a unified empire had become a nightmare of paranoia. Rebellions spread like wildfire. The Qin armies, exhausted, unpaid, and leaderless, began to turn on each other. Within 3 years, the dynasty that had once seemed eternal collapsed. Zhao Gao betrayed Li Si, accusing him of treason and ordering his death. Days later, Zhao Gao himself was assassinated. The puppet emperor, left alone and terrified, took his own life soon after. The Qin Empire, the empire that built the Great Wall, the Terracotta Army, and the dream of immortality, was gone. Only silence remained in the tomb of the first emperor. Rows upon rows of clay soldiers, standing guard for a man who thought he could outlive death. He couldn't. No one can. The emperor who tried to erase death was buried by it, and the dynasty that sought to rule forever lasted only 15 years. In the end, the walls he built still stand, but the hands that built them turned to dust. Because no empire, no crown, no dream of immortality can outlast the truth. Even the first emperor could not escape the grave.